first thing we do is we upload JSite Pro. We go to extensions, install, and I'm going to give you guys access to our extensions folder on Dropbox. Everyone on the domain globalpresence.org, and then you'll find I always try to put the files according to the extension name. So JSite Pro. Let me see. Oh, sorry about that. I lied. Sometimes I will put them in categories that are, there's a bunch of extensions that do the same thing. For example, this is an extension called SEO extension. These are all vital, expensive, money-making extensions, okay? So you see JSite Map Pro.
I like rat bears.
I always hit date modified to find the one that's the most recent we downloaded. See, 7/28. Okay, upload that. It's already there, but I'm just uploading it again. It doesn't change any of configurations. Okay, and now let me see if there's any plugins related to this. Okay, so data import. Okay, so this is stuff that works with so that's not necessary. Let me see, document plugins. Let me see. Oh, that okay. These plugins come in through here. Okay, so here's the site, right? So also, I usually like to put a sitemap link way at the bottom, right here.
Okay.
So I'm going to find this menu. It's called Quick Links. Let me see where this is. It's not showing up here. Oh, bottom 3. Yeah, here they go. I should get rid of that other one. It's confusing. So I'll delete this. Call this Quick Links so you don't get confused. Nothing will change. Oh, let's see. There it goes. Okay, so here at the bottom, I'm going to create a sitemap, a link called sitemap. I find the component JSitemap Pro, and I just want a regular HTML. Hit save and close. If I go back here and I refresh, it's right here. See how you did it based on cities? Now, remember, you call this SEO. Always call it communities we serve.
Okay.
Okay. So I go back here. I'm going to change this.
These numbers are right.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So, but I don't see any of the content in here.
Should be there.
Did you publish it? Let me see. They're all unpublished. You see it? 66666.
Oh.
Okay. So what you do is you go here, hit communities we serve. It'll bring up every article you've done. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to publish. I'm only looking at unpublished articles.
Yeah.
Sometimes it acts up. Maybe too many.
Maybe maybe it's because I'm not the one polishing them. Because it says like on top like the something about the user.
Let me see. Okay, maybe that these are locked right here. So I got to check in. Let me see. Let me check them in. And when I check them in, I get authority over it.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes. It's working now. So when you check in, you take authority away. So everything's published now.
Yeah.
So if I come here, see? Good. You got the RSS feed, but this looks like, you see? Water. Okay, water removal. That's your.
Yeah, that's the service.
And then this is Wilton
And then-
Manors. Perfect.
Yeah, and then Wilton Manors. Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm going to go back to JSite Pro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take this sitemap link right here.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to submit this to search engines. Submit to Google, Bing, Yandex.
Baidu.
Okay.
Okay.
So you got sitemaps that were submitted to Google News.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you're telling search engines crawl my website and index my content. Okay. Now we're also going to submit it a different way. We're going to come to Google Search. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got to create an account for Trinity.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab their domain. Okay, I'm going to hit continue. Now I'm going to add this code to the server. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Got too many pages up. Let me see. I'm just going to send you an email, Tamiko, reminding you to stop the auto posting. Okay. Is that cool? Okay.
Also,
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you, what do you want me to like do tomorrow? Do you prefer, would you like it if I start with no thread flow, or would you prefer that I get to the other tasks that I have pending there? Which one's more urgent?
Let's talk tomorrow in the morning. Okay.
All right. Perfect.
Okay. So look. So now I got to verify this with Google Search. So I got to add this code to their DNS. So I logged into WHM, which is the administrator for cPanel. Okay. So I find Trinity's account. This is how we manage all of our. They have two domains: Trinity WDRS and Trinity Restoration.services. So now I'm in the cPanel. Okay. This is under their main domain. They got 23 email accounts. Okay. So now I'm going to type in DNS. Okay. So now I got to go in here and create an A record. It's asking me to create. Okay. So let me, what is this? Oh, text record. So I got to come over here, add record, text. Usually you just put the domain in the name. I usually put it to 300. This is seconds of how quick it'll populate the DNS.
Okay.
Most websites are, what is that? 1,000, what is that? 14,400? 1,400? I don't know, whatever. But basically, but because we have our own dedicated server, we have a lot more controls. So, and we can do it up into 300 seconds. So I just did that. And now I'm going to verify. Usually it'll verify very quick. So it's saying I own this domain, so therefore I can control the search data and information related to this. Okay.
Okay.
So right now, obviously it doesn't have any data because we were not connected. It's going to start managing search data and all that kind of stuff. Like, for example, here goes Randall, right? Since he started, this is keeping track of and what kind of devices are being used. We could look at these keywords that are leading people to his website.
Okay.
Randall Cutter Coral Springs, Randall Cutter. Okay. You can see the clicks. We could see what pages they're going through the most, the main page. So what countries they're coming from. And then I have a sitemap on his page that I've submitted, which is affecting his SEO properly. So when I go back to Trinity, where are we at Trinity? It usually lines it up in alphabetical order. And now I got to submit the sitemap. If you remember, it created a sitemap for me here. I come here like this. Okay, it was a success. Now Google is going to start taking all of his data and throwing it into its search engine. Now, there are some stuff here that I don't really care about, right? Let me see. I care about this. Quick links, I care. But what is this? Payment link. Okay. So I want to take this out right here.
Okay.
Blog. I want the blog. So the way I do that is I go here to sitemap data source. And okay, the bottom. Okay, that's cool. Hidden. I don't want hidden links to show. So I'm gonna put. It looks like someone did this. Maybe I did it. Okay, I don't know. But I'm gonna just unpublish it. I don't care for it to show. Company. See, what is this? There's no information there, so it's irrelevant. And I don't want payment link. Where's that payment link coming from? It's part of.
Is there a number 2?
Oh yeah, right there. So I'm just going to unpublish this. Because this right here is going to basically tell Google, like, I want you to absorb this data and index it. So anything that it doesn't unpublish that stuff. It just doesn't prioritize it to Google search. Okay.
Right.
So it'll take a couple days and weeks, depending on competition, but it'll start pushing this, like the Hollandale data, when people type in, these services. And then as we keep copywriting and adding to these sections, Google will say, wow, you guys are a helpful site. You create content and you do it for the cities. You do it, Now, our next level is each content from every city, we need to slightly make it different through the tool, the rephrasing tool.
Okay.
So if it looks unique, Westview's removal service blog looks different than all these other ones, it'll say, man, not only are you creating content for each one of these cities that it's important for this company, but you're creating unique content. You guys get that? So those slight differences in content, because it's all machine learning. So it's like, oh, okay, it looks similar but different. So therefore, you're even more customized. Because what we did right now was a simple model where everything was the same except the cities were changed. But that's slight enough where Google says, okay, it's different content. If you put the same content under each city category, it's not going to know the difference, and it's actually going to penalize you because the city, if everything's the same exactly, but it's in 5 different categories, Google will look at that and say, man, you're creating frivolous content. But the fact that we put the cities, but then if we reword everything through the tool, it'll say you're even more relevant. But this is what's the kicker is. It's not just reading our content, but it's also noticing we always have fresh articles through the RSS feed, articles that it trusts because it's coming from its own feed.
Yeah.
And it's dealing with, it's relevant to the content on the site. You mentioned the header right here. Google looks at the page and it knows that this is the header because it's in a header index and a header text. So it says this is what this article is about, and then it notices that you got a bunch of little links talking about about carpet cleaning. So it says, oh, okay, man, this is like good, useful information. And then Lauder Lakes, down here, you got stuff about Lauder Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, oh, you're really important for the city and the community because Google's very concerned about geography, relevancy to local communities around subjects. So here's the subject, and here's the noun, which is the person, place, or thing.
Yeah.
And so this becomes useful. But then if we slightly change this content, that becomes even more. But right now it's changed by city. So that's kind of the game we're playing. But then if every week, Tamiko and Ismail, you need to understand, like once we get into like weekly content writing, even though we're using tools like what is it called?
Quillbot.
Yeah, Quillbot. Yeah. It's still it's a lot of work,